welcome to IamWoke. I'm your host, Emelina. Today, I'm going to be going through some really collective Ascension themes that are coming up through December so you guys can navigate your energy in a really healthy, effective way. There's no gentle way of saying it. This time period is robust. So I'm just gonna run through some themes. The first one that's coming up really big at this time is there is huge transformation for all of us. Right now we're being invited to let go of everything that's no longer serving us, no longer working for us, ways of being, habits of acting, thoughts, beliefs, even people. You are being asked to shift. You're being asked to change yourself now, to integrate, to become new, to allow yourself the opportunity to step into a brand new chapter that may not look easy, but it will become easy because it will be a natural expression of yourself, of the new version of yourself. But with the transformation means there's a huge death. There is a phoenix rising period that's coming, but in order for the phoenix to rise, the phoenix first has to burn up in the ash, and there is absolutely nothing comfortable about that. So my heart is reaching out to every single one of you guys, and for those of you that are feeling lots of anxiety, a depression that feels like it's onset and it doesn't usually happen like this, and it's a little too long, and you feel really angsty, and you feel like you're in your shadow a lot. You are cranky a lot. This is normal. You're feeling much more human than is typical for someone that is a starseed or in an awakening process. Like, I know you guys are all doing the work, but right now you're probably feeling like it's a little too much. Like there's a little too much darkness in you that's coming out and being expressed, and you're wondering where the F it's coming from because it's not supernatural for you. You got over this stuff eons ago. By eons, maybe months or years, but you're not usually like this. So the human aspects of ourselves are coming up for purging, for healing. The transformation process is very uncomfortable and can be terrifying, especially to the ego. So lean into it, allow yourself to be human, allow yourself the discomfort, and allow yourself to be a little cranky. Take a little bit slower right now. Maybe don't be as ambitious this period. Take a break, take a nap, give your body what it needs. Provide yourself with the human comfort that you're gonna need to get through this period with grace and with ease, without fighting against your humanity and without spiritually bypassing and trying just to make it all okay. Just be in blind acceptance with where you are, and from that place, allow the healing and the thoughts to resolve themselves. The second thing that's been coming up really strongly is you might not know what to do moving forward. You get that you're in the middle of a transformation. You get that things are going to be different now, but you're not entirely sure on what that looks like. And you're accustomed to putting a little more pressure on yourself and knowing the direction, and you're reaching out to your guides looking for direction, and they're giving you more direction in the way of self-exploration. So now is a really big time of exploring who you are, wandering, trying new things, being curious. And that can look like travel, it can look like taking on new hobbies, it can look like igniting your creativity, it can look like just trying on different ways of being, different habits, different expressions. So normally, if you speak in a certain way, maybe you're gonna increase your vocabulary and try different things, or maybe you're gonna be more kind in your speech, or if you're really kind all the time, maybe you're gonna be more assertive in the way that you're placing yourself in the world and speaking to people. Try different things. The experimentation is a really big part of the process right now. Many of us are not being guided forward from the place of spiritual guidance that is do this, then this, then this. We're being guided forward from the place that is, what would you like to do? Maybe you could try this. Maybe you could try this. Maybe you could try this. We're not really sure. Your creative expression is up in your hands. That's what my guides have been saying. That's what many of my clients' guides have been saying. And they are giving us all autonomy to begin to explore who we are and then lead ourselves forward based on our personal preferences on what feels good and what we enjoy based on the exploration. The third huge theme is creativity. You guys, we all have a huge powerhouse and storehouse of creativity inside of us. And when I say creativity, that's just the easiest way for me to label it, but it is your Kundalini energy. It is your chi, your life force, the energy that flows up your spine, that gives you vitality. Now, we're all given a lot of vitality, and the more trauma you experience, the more you've had your power taken away from you, the more capacity almost that you have for creativity. We all have great capacity for creativity. But my point to this is, with the trauma comes pain. And all of us have trauma, and all of us have pain. The more pain you have, the more capacity, not just for healing, but for creative expression you have. Because that pain becomes an internal fire process that's built up in coals in your solar plexus and in your sacral chakras, and they build fire and passion. And that can turn into pain in the body, but it also can be used as fuel and as a source of energy for something that is a project that is creative, that will drive you forward, that will ignite your passion, and use all of that coal that you've been building up in the heat in the center of your solar plexus, and use it in a constructive way. Because if you use your creativity, if you use your life force every day with passion, then it has a lot less room to go to your shadow. If you choose to use your creativity in a passionate, constructive way consciously, then your shadow won't hijack it. However, if you don't choose to use that creativity and you sit back and you don't express yourself, then you default to shadow expression, and your shadow will begin to express itself behind the scenes. That looks like manipulation. It looks like games. It can look like a lot of negative mental activity. It can look like self-sabotage. It can look like a lot of different things. And we assume that that's just part of the human experience, because it is, but really it is just a non-constructive use of creativity, of Kundalini energy. So I encourage you to harness your creative force, harness your creative energy, and find many things to express yourself creatively in a really constructive way, so you can begin to teach yourself how to integrate and use that energy so that it does less destruction of your life and does more leading of yourself forward to experiences and feelings that you prefer, because you are inherently creative. You're creating, you're expressing yourself through using the life force to build your life, to build experiences that you have preference for and you enjoy. And that can look like taking on a new hobby, pick up a new musical instrument and try a different riff on a guitar, or pick up a ukulele, or you can get a quick set of paints and try painting and just try things. Get your hands in some pottery. Those are like really physical, concrete, artistic, creative expressions. You can try your hand at writing. Maybe start writing and express yourself through journaling every day in the morning, or journaling every day in the evening to close out your day. Whatever it is that you can do to harness your own creativity, create a creative practice every day that you can visit, that you're going to block in your calendar and set a notification on your phone, so that you are beginning to teach yourself to use your own creative energy. And you're also teaching the universe, telling the universe, like, look, I can handle more energy. I can handle vitality. I can handle positive experiences. See, I'm using my creative force in a really positive way. So I'm an active creator. So give me more energy, give me more fun experiences so that I can create alchemy with them, so I can do something fun and create something new. And that's kind of the game here, is like, what can you create? What can you create on Earth? How much fun can you have? And how can you deal with the experiences that are less than ideal and create them into something new and beautiful anyway? And the last big theme that's really coming up at this time is to reach out for support. There are so many people that will come to support you in every way, shape, and form. And if you allow the universe to support you, it absolutely will. So if you're struggling, if you're in a moment, or you find yourself up against a wall and you are in your thoughts and you're like, I just don't know how to move forward, reach out to people, reach out to humans. I'm one of the typical people that will channel. I go into my channel, I'm like, guides, what should I do? But they don't always have the answers. You know what? Humans have a lot of answers. Guides, spirit guides, will give answers that are very etheric. They will give direction that is, yes, movement forward, but it may not be as practical. But you know what's really practical? When you call up another human, when you send a few friends text messages and say, hey, here's what I'm struggling with, here's what I'm trying to do to get out of it. What would you do if you were in my situation? What's your perspective? Is there something you can recommend? Maybe I'm missing something. I'm open to seeing something a different way. What different way do you see this thing? Do you have any suggestions? And what's really beautiful about that process is you're asking someone else to see from a facet of their own perspective, from their own inspiration, their own life experience, to look at you and give you some of their own experience that you then get to discern whether or not it works for you. But the point is, when you're in your way and you're stuck mentally, the easiest way to get out of your way is to send a couple of messages out to a couple of friends or family, loved ones, etc. And you're not asking for an opinion, you're asking for their perspective, with the knowledge of understanding that their perspective is theirs, not yours, and you don't have to take it, but the act of receiving that perspective can give you an entire opening to an entire another way of thinking, an entire another way of consciousness, which will help dislodge your own problematic area of being stuck. Because introducing a new flow of energy and a new flow of consciousness or ideas literally unsticks the thing. It creates your mind into a different pattern of thinking. It's very easy. So I highly recommend that. There's been so much support. I've been reaching out to a lot of people. A lot of my friends and clients have also been doing a lot of outreach. And right now we're being called to support each other, you know, as conscious beings. Not that we're not usually, but it's just much more prevalent right now because we're all going through so much deep integration, integrating our spiritual aspects and selves into our humanness right now, that so many of us just need a little extra support, a little extra like, hey, like I might need a pat on the back. I might need a hug today. I just need a friend to talk to. I just want to get out of my way. Can you be there for me for 10 minutes or 5 minutes? You know, like, those conversations are going to be really great for you. Reach out to other people, allow yourself to have that support, and this will be a really beautiful way of you realizing that the universe is here. It's here for you. It's always here for you. The love is always here, and sometimes all you got to do is pick your head up and realize it by asking for it. We are all stepping into a new beautiful chapter, and I know that it's been really challenging for you guys, many of us, myself included, to step forward through this fire that has been this year and start creating this new chapter from a place of conscious awareness. And it's probably very challenging for many of us because we just don't know what it looks like. There's so much uncertainty. And in that uncertainty, we have to gather enough experience with what's going on personally for each of us to then begin to create preferences, like what I prefer, what I don't prefer, not making what you don't prefer to be bad or evil or wrong, just kind of ignoring it, being like, I don't prefer that. And then it's like, okay, well, what do you prefer? Creating a preference and then moving forward based on that preference. And you're not always going to get direct guidance as far as that, like your guides, your spirit guides won't always lead you to understand exactly the next move. They will lead you to understand what it is that you need to develop for experience that creates the preference. And from the preference, you know that you can move forward. When you create something that you prefer, when you understand an idea of what you want, you can then begin to move towards it. So there's a lot of self-guidance in this period that's really picking up. Just see yourself creating preferences, be okay with this process and where it is right now. There's so much uncertainty, but the certainty is that you know that you can trust in the moment because you can also trust in your ability to create your preference and your ability to have a response that you prefer based on what it is that you experience. I hope that all makes sense. Thank you so much, my loves, for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Enjoy this beautiful month and the holidays. I'm sending you so much love and integration. And if you guys need any spiritual guidance and support, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave some links down below, as well as if you're looking to read your own Akashic Records, I'm going to be opening up the Akashic Records immersion program probably at the very beginning of the year. I'll leave a link in the description below where you can get a promo code and know when I officially launch. All right, see you later, guys. So much love. Bye. Peace. Bye. Okay, check out this hotel room though. I'm traveling right now, and this place is beautiful.